Meghan burst into tears as Duchess Catherine's shocking moment resolved the Sussex's issues. The Princess of Wales stepped out in a stunning outfit, and her decision highlighted exactly what's wrong with Meghan Markle and Harry. Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel Princess Diana News. Oh, the power of fashion. Now, if you haven't had the chance yet, take a look at the latest outfits worn by the Princess of Wales. She walked confidently on stage on Tuesday morning, wearing an outfit that the Oxford Dictionary should use to illustrate an entry about power suits. It seems that the days of Catherine dressing up little brides for church are gone. We see her wearing an Alexander McQueen 3945 blazer and trousers, announcing a major new move at a young age. I'm sure every card featuring a feminist would be very happy to see it. It's also a photo that really shows off Meghan and Harry's passion for philanthropy. The timing is also interesting because on Monday night, Harry and Meghan's Archewell Foundation released its first impact report. Reports show the foundation donated just $4.24 million of the $18.4 million it raised. Catherine and William, on the other hand, are actually making a real contribution through their charity work. Thus, it is impossible not to compare the two costumes on both sides of the Atlantic. And the reason Catherine was on stage in London in this electrifying dress was to launch the latest high-profile campaign for her Royal Foundation Centre for Early Childhood. I haven't been so impressed with Catherine's charity work in a long time. I didn't say she was a hard worker, but I thought she could really do more. He just didn't seem to have any real goals. It seemed to me that she was satisfied with her offspring and happy to be this beautiful accessory of her husband William. I mean, well-intentioned, but still not effective. However, over the past 5 years, Catherine has brought together experts in science, academia and government to discuss child development between pregnancy and age 5. So Catherine's idea is this: if we can fundamentally change and improve the way society in the country support children and their parents during this critical preschool period, we can dramatically reduce rates of addiction, mental illness and homelessness in the future. Significantly reduce. And for Catherine, it's not really fun. There is no shortcut created to win camera PR. And with all those preschool photos, getting finger paint on your favorite pants is inevitable. However, Catherine's early work is ambitious and extremely progressive. This is the kind of pioneering stuff that has the power to make a real difference in the lives of millions of people in the future. And of course Catherine's biggest fan and supporter of her husband William was with her on Tuesday. And he has his own big project in the form of the $90 million Earthshot Global Prize. $90 million is certainly not a laughing matter. Now we can compare this to what Meghan and Harry are doing. They are approaching their 3rd year in the U.S. They launched their charitable foundation, the Archewell Foundation, in late 2020. Since then, the Archewell Foundation has appeared from time to time to announce various moments of good deeds. For example, they donated to Save the Children in UNICEF Nigeria last October after the African country suffered catastrophic floods. Meghan chose a t-shirt to support the women's protests in Iran, but ahead of this week's report, Archewell's greatest contribution appears to be his enthusiastic use of press releases. Apparently we were wrong. So the report released this week details how Archewell has made a real difference to thousands of lives, including rescuing nearly 7,500 people from Afghanistan through its partnership with Humanity First. They also partnered with Central World Kitchen to deliver 50,000 meals. Well, I'm going to give Meghan and Harry some credit this time. It's a very impressive piece of work, but one we haven't heard of yet. They did not announce this to us loud and clear. None of this should be diminished in any way. This work is their credit. But what the Archewell Foundation report and Catherine's speech in London really showed was that the two couples were on a different level. It seems like Meghan and Harry's work is more focused on a range of often grassroots outfits, and they're trying to make an immediate impact. But William and Catherine's work, on the other hand, is focused and it's legacy-making stuff. There are benefits that are going to be enjoyed by our children and our children's children, too. This could be a clear-eyed strategic choice on the part of Meghan and Harry, but still, their humanitarian work is overshadowed by Harry taking pot shots at his own family. So maybe Archewell Foundation has helped people all around the world, but thanks to Meghan and Harry's trashing the royal family. When we hear their names, we don't think of charity, we think of family feuds and disgusting acts of betrayal. A Washington Post writer found that Meghan and Harry have conducted about 40 hours of interviews and media interactions since arriving in the United States. Now, like Meghan and Harry in 2023, their brand is not based on them being humanitarian leaders. Instead, their brand is based on them rather than the House of Windsor. I think the whole point is that her charity is not really the defining force of her public image. Now, part of the reason this is happening is probably out of necessity, given that Harry's dear old dad isn't paying his bills anymore. And apparently they have $13.4 million mortgage to pay. Over the past 2.5 years, they've signed deals with corporate giants like Netflix, Spotify, and Penguin Random House that are worth more than $200 million in total. So they filmed an 8-hour documentary series. Harry wrote a 400-plus page book with the help of a ghostwriter, and Meghan released a 12-part podcast series. Chapter 1. Guess this will all take a long time. They can't spend that much time plotting and planning how to make the world a better place. That, my friends, is the fundamental difference between them and William and Catherine. You see, William and Catherine were able to devote a lot of time to their grand plans, leaving only time to quickly select a chicken sandwich for lunch. However, the Sussexes left the monarchy to seek their own freedom and are said to be raising chickens on Oprah Street. And they have to pay their bills. They have to buy chicken feed somehow. So they don't really have the luxury of spending a lot of time on their charity projects. Now it will be interesting to see if Harry and Meghan can work on more ambitious and far-reaching projects as they transition to their careers in the US. Or, without the palace's support network and infrastructure, they may have difficulty succeeding. In 2014, Harry started his Invincible Games, which has been very successful and continues. Part or maybe in the same league as the William Earth Shooting Prize or the Catherine Early Foundation. Or even King Charles's Trust Fund as a prince or the late Diana's mine activities. Chapter. Will Harry and Meghan be on the same level as William and Catherine when it comes to philanthropy? If there's one thing we can learn from all this, it's that day-to-day work can actually get in the way of changing the world. And we can also learn that we should never underestimate the power of pantsuits. Chapter. What do you think of our news today? If you like this video, don't forget to share it with your friends and family. They will also like it. Don't forget to support our channel even more by subscribing to Princess Diana News Channel. Thank you very much for your attention, and we will contact you again in the next videos.